Hi, this is Mrs. Peters on this Tuesday snowy afternoon. I'm here to help you with your homework. So make sure you put your name on your paper and draw a smiley face if you're watching this so I know that you watched. Today we're doing double-digit times double-digit numbers. So our boxes look a little different. We have to have 2 up and down and 2 across for our numbers. I'll show you what that's going to look like if I put my 45 and my 79. The 70 are going to go in these 2 boxes. Expanded notation, 7 tens is 70 plus 9 ones, 9. Vertically or up and down is the 45. 4 tens is 40 plus 5 ones is 5. That's the hardest part, setting up the box. Now we just need to visually look and see which multiplication problem is going to go in each box. So the first one, there's a 40 in front of the box and a 70 on the top. So it's going to be 40 times 70. 4 times 7 is 28, but I need to add these 2 zeros. So 40 times 70 is 2,800. Over in this box, I can clearly see the 9, but I have to scroll way over here to see the 40. So this box has a 9 above it and a 40 in front of it, so it's going to be 9 times 40. You can write the 40 over here if it's easier to see, but I like to follow with my finger. 9 times 4 is 36 plus the 0, so 9 times 40 is 360. Now going down to this box, I see the 5 in front of it, and go up, the 70 is on top of it. So 5 times 70, 5 times 7 is 35, so 5 times 70 will be 350 because I have to add that 0. And then the last box, follow my pen over, 5 times what's on top of it, 9. 5 times 9 is 45. So now I have these 4 numbers, which I need to add together to find my final answer. You can use a calculator to do that. You can add these 2 and then add these 2 and then add those 2 together. Or I like to add all 4 of them together at the same time, so I just need to be careful in lining them up. 45, the 4 needs to be in the tens, the 5 in the ones. Okay, now I'm going to add the ones. 0, 0, 0, and 5 is 5. Add the tens. 6 and 4 I know is 10, plus 5 more is 15. So I put the 5 down here, and the 1 goes up to the hundreds place. Adding the hundreds, 8 and 1 is 9, plus 3 more, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 3 more, 12, 13, 14, 15. The 5 goes down below, and the 1 goes up into the thousands place. Now, thousands, 2 and 1 is 3,000. So my answer is 3,555, which I will write over here. Okay, for number 2, 88 times 29. I'm going to do the shortcut method instead. So I'm going to write 88 plus 29. Now for this, a lot of you find this one more difficult, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. If you're more comfortable with using the arrow method when you're doing it, that's fine. I'm going to do the 9 times the 8 and then the 9 times the 8. Then I'm going to go over to the tens and do the 2 times the 8 and the 2 times the 8. It's a little bit tricky. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Sorry. 9 times the 8, 9 times the 8. Then you'd go with this number and you do 2 times the 8 and 2 times the 8. Okay. So, 9 times 8 is 72. I like to write it over here. It just helps me. I see the 2 goes in the ones place and the 7 goes up in the place. Now, I did 9 times 9 times this 8 is again 72, but I have to add this 7. So 72 plus 7 more. 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. Now, because I'm going over one place value, I always have to put an X here in the ones place when I go over to multiply this number by the 2. So now I'm going to do the 2 times the 8, which is 16. Put it over here. I see the 6 goes down below, the 1 goes up top. 2 times this 8 is also 16, but I have to remember to add in the 1. So 16 plus 1 more is 17. Now that I have this, I need to add my 1s. 2 plus nothing is 2. 9 plus 6. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 5 goes down below, 1 up above. I know 7 and 7 is 14, plus 1 more is 15. The 5 goes down below, the 1 goes up above. And I add my thousands. 1 and 1 is 2, giving me an answer of 2,552, which I will write over here. All right, number 3, 74 times 57. I'm going to go back to the area model. So 74 times 57. All right, the 57, I'm going to take the 5 tens, 50, plus 7 ones. 50 plus 7, same as 57. Over here, we have 74. 7 tens is 70, plus 4 ones. 70 plus 4 is 74. Now I'm going to look at this first box, 70 times 50. 7 times 5 is 35. So 70 times 5 is going to be 350. I need to add that 0. Over here is still 70, but this time 7 is above the box. So 70 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. I need to add the 0. 70 times 7 is 490. Down on this bottom box, there's a 4 in front of the box times 50 on top of the box. So 4 times 50. 4 times 5 is 20 plus the 0, 200. For this box, it's still the 4. This time above the box is the 7. 4 times 7 is 28. Now I can add those 4 numbers together. Feel free to use your calculator while I add them like this. Oh, I made a mistake. Look what I did. I wrote 70 times 5, but it's really 70 times 50. So I really have to add another 0. Okay, I need to redo this then. It's really 3,500 plus 490 plus 200 and plus 28. There's a lot of ways to make mistakes. Adding my 1s, adding my 10s, adding my 100s, and adding my 1000s. 4,218 is the correct answer for number 3. And my last problem, I'm going to go back to the shortcut method. I know it's hard, but you can just follow along with me. You don't have to do it that way normally if you're not comfortable with it yet. 84 times 68. So the first thing I do is 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. So I write the 2 down below and the 3 up above. Did the 8 times 4, so now I do the 8 times 8. I'm going to use my multiplication chart for this. 8 times 8 is 64. Plus I need to add these 3 in, so 64, 65, 66, 67. Okay, so now I did my 8 times 4 and my 8 times 8. And that's what I got. Now I'm going to move over to the tens place. So I have to put an X down below the 1 spot. We're shifting over to the tens place so we can multiply the 6 times 4 and the 6 times 8. 6 times 4 is 24. So I write the 4 here, and then the 6 goes up above here. 6 times 8 is 48 plus 6. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Let me see if I did that right. 6 times 8 is 48. Oh, I did something wrong. Let's go back to this number here. 6 times 4 is 24. So I put the 4 here and a 2 up here. 6 times 8 is 48 plus 2 more, 49, 50. It's 50, not 54. Glad I caught that. Now I can add 2 and nothing is 2. 7 and 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The one goes down here, the other one goes up above. Add my hundreds, 6 plus 7, or 6 plus 1 is 7. And add my thousands, 5 plus nothing is 5,000. So my answer is 5,712. Whoops, you can't see it. Sorry about that. 5,712. I'm going to write that over here. Okay. The next two are word problems, but there's space on the paper to do them. So, the first one says, Mr. Gomez's class is learning about multiplication. The class wants to see what multiplications they can find in their school. Solve each problem. The class counts 37 tiles across the front of the room and 64 tiles down one side. So I already know I'm going to draw a box for this. 37 is going across and 64 is going down. So 37 equals 30 plus 7 and 64 equals 60 plus 4. Now my box is set up. It says how many floor tiles are in their classroom. So in the first box, 60 times 30. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 2 zeros. In this box, it's 60 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42 plus the 1 zero. Down below, 4 times 30. 4 times 3 is 12 plus the 0, 120. And in our last box is 4 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28. Now I'm going to add all 4 of those numbers together. You can check my work on your calculator if you want. I've made a couple of mistakes today, so it might help if you check me. Add the ones, add the tens, 2, 4, 6, add the hundreds, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, put the 1 above the thousands, add the thousands, 1 and 1 is 2, making my answer 2,368. Now it's a word problem, so we need to figure out what the label is. So the label is usually found in the question. How many floor tiles are there in the classroom? Floor tiles. I'm going to squiggle that. That is our label. And for the last one, I'm going to go back to the wall. Down they Across the 29. How many bricks make up the wall? So 26 times 29 is going to give me that answer. First I'm going to do 9 times 6, then 9 times 2. Grab my multiplication chart. 9 times 6 is 54. I put the 4 in the ones place, the 5 up above. 9 times 2 is 18 plus the 5, so 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. Okay, so I've done the 9 times 6 and the 9 times 2. Now I'm going to go down to the next line, and I have to put an X because we're shifting over to the tens place. Now I get to do 2 times 6, which is 12. The 2 goes down below. The 1 goes up above. 2 times 6 I did, so now it's 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, but don't forget to add the 1. 5. Now add. 4 and nothing is 4. 3 and 2 is 5. And 5 and 2 is 7. So 754. Let's see what the label is. How many bricks make up the wall? 754 bricks. Great job. We'll be practicing more with this all week long. Have a good night.